Yo, what good? What good? What good? Big fan of you from this. What's up, man? What's good? Appreciate you for tapping in. Can y'all hear me good? What's up, BT? Appreciate y'all for tapping in. We're gonna talk about these games real quick, man. I was trying to do a whole show for y'all, but I'm just gonna get my thoughts on all the games. So I'm gonna let everybody get in here. Y'all share it up. Let everybody know we talking about it real quick. I slick think I can invite people on. Can I? I slick think I could invite. Do they let you do that? Nope. It ain't like Instagram. I might start doing these on Instagram instead of YouTube. Everybody follow me on Instagram. Can y'all hear me good? BT, can you hear me? I'm gonna start doing these on Instagram because then I can invite people on easy. Just let them request to join. All right, man. So we're gonna kind of get into it because it's getting close to 11:30, and I just want to put something out so I could clip it at the end of the day. I really don't want this light on. Too dark. Is it too dark? Is it too dark? Yeah, it's too dark. Look creepy. Let me see. Find a different spot. Oh, they might be solid right there. Won't it? Bet. All right, look at us. Just look kind of tall now. I look real tall now, don't it? I look real tall now. Man, I got on the scale this morning, y'all. I gotta eat more, y'all. Definitely gotta eat more. Yeah, Khalil, Indiana, that was a joke, man. That's why, the committee continues to prove the fan base right, man. Just make it a SEC heavy playoff, and we won't have those problems. Simple as that. I'm just playing. Nah, but for real, you gotta turn the tape on, man. Stop giving teams credit for making weak schedules and beating weak teams because it matters in the playoffs when you're talking about the best teams in college football. I'm just saying. Let's look at it like this. Every college in America right now, and these are the Starburst minis. I'm gonna busting. Every college in America right now is classified, has its own classification there in the FBS, FCS, all of that. FBS, FCS, you got your D1, D1 AA, D2, D3, NAIA, JUCO. What else? Am I missing something else? You got prep ball now. So I look at it like this. You can do one of two things. Because each level has their own playoff and they determine their national champ. I think JUCO is like a state-wide thing. Like you only play in your state. As far as the junior colleges, I don't know. I don't even know. But I look at it like this. Every program, every level can have the same structured playoff system, right? To where your conference games need to be part of the playoffs, right? So if you got 1 and 2 in the SEC in the first round of the playoffs, the winner of that conference gets to go to the next round of the playoffs, right? You take them on to the playoffs. And then you have conference alignment. That means now there is no reason to hide. How many conferences do we have in college football right now? How many major conferences? I think right now it's 8. You have the Power 5 and the group of 4, which is really the group of 3, right? So you do that, man. You kind of just eliminate all the extra who should be in, who shouldn't be in, because you've proven up until that point. And your conference schedule matters, your strength of schedule matters, right? So I think that's an easy start. That's an easy start for the fix. Let me look at some of y'all comments. I need to pull my phone out. Mm-hmm. Oh, I could pull it up on my computer. I'll be right. I'm coming right back over there, y'all. I'm just grabbing this chair because I don't want to stand up. All right, sit down and chop it up. There we go. Now we're talking. Oh, it's why is so hey, so if y'all go to my YouTube page, is it still showing that the other live is still going? Let me take that one down. Hold on, y'all. Let me turn that one off. Oh, that's okay. This the one that says okay. That's what it is. All right, I'm fixing it, y'all. I'm coming right back to y'all. Unlisted. I just want to say that vertical view, that was nice, wasn't it? Wasn't that vertical? I want to. That vertical view on the computer was pretty neat because I was able to bring the comments up at the top and all that. It's pretty neat. But yeah, so the committee going to get slapped in the face again today. SEC Invitational. Love that hoodie. Oh, this is an OG hoodie at the for real too. This is an OG hoodie. Dang, this is I think I had this for about 6 years now, 7 years. Yeah, man, got the lining on the inside. It used to be fluffy. It's an old hoodie. I had it in storage, man. It still look good. It was wrapped. I mean, in one of those plastic suction bags or whatever we call them, storage bags. Jordan Wright, I know, right? That's what we're waiting on. And you know what's crazy? Let's get into the conversation. I'm gonna pull the games up. Let's get into this formal conversation, right? I like this setting too for us, y'all. Especially with it being the end of the year. We won't have any more Alabama news the rest of the season for the most part up until going into the game. I don't think I haven't seen anything about guys jumping in the portal. We might get a portal announcement today. No. What's today? Saturday. Today's Saturday. So we should have a portal announcement tomorrow. We might have Isaiah Horton officially on campus, is what I'm hearing. And I didn't see anything. I saw somebody trying to troll yesterday, talking about where he was going. But I haven't seen an official announcement because I know A&M was in the he was definitely taking that visit to A&M. So, but let's get into the lineup today. And y'all, I'm sorry, these Starbursts are busting, and I can't stop eating them. So, man, been missing you, boy. What's good? Who is that, Conrad? Where you been at? Where you been at? I've been here. How you been missing me? I've been here, man. We've been over here doing numbers, man. The AAA family is growing. Hey, everybody, we got 26 in the chat. Let's run these likes up as we get in and have this conversation. Today is an informal show. Y'all see me try to do the other layout, and it is not the internet connection not allowing us to do so. So just tap in and we're gonna talk about this. Joshua, they do throw the ball. They just didn't have a quarterback that could sling the rock, man. Elko is probably going to have some. I think he's actually what A&M needs right now. They don't need a superstar like headliner name as a head coach. Oh yeah, Daniel. It kind of but Horton needs numbers. Horton needs numbers before he starts chasing the bag. Well, then again, you really don't now in college football because Caleb Odom talking about his deal at Ole Miss. But playoff matchups, let's get to it, y'all. Y'all keep getting me distracted. All right, y'all. So first game of the day, kicking off today, is the SMU Penn State. Let me put this poll in the chat. Let me put this poll in the chat real quick. If it let me. From this phone. Am I not logged into my? Because it's showing. Why is it doing this? It won't let me do nothing. Give me a second, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get polls in the chat at least, man. All these layout changes. I mean, I like it, but give me a chance to get used to the first thing you just changed from. Here we go. Now we in here. See, they done changed the whole layout. All right. SMU versus Penn State. SMU Penn. All right. Who wins? All right. Poll is in the chat. We got 23 concurrent views in the chat. Make sure y'all run the likes up. 26 is in the chat. Make sure y'all run the likes up. So now let's get into it. SMU Penn State. I really think this is the one where a lot of people are kind of doubting what SMU is. I think because Penn State is so trash, SMU is going to look like a real good team and get overhyped this game. They're a good team. Let's not get it twisted. SMU is a very good team Kevin Jennings, I think is the young man's name, the quarterback, dynamic. And then they made a stat on College Game Day. And I said this the other day. They have 7 different receivers with 700 yards. Or is it seven different receivers with 300 plus yards? Let me see. SMU football. Here we go. I think they said 7 different receivers, if I'm not mistaken. 7 different receivers with 300 plus yards receiving. 7 different receivers with 300 plus yards. I was about to say, because that didn't sound right. 7, that would have been 4,900 yards. That means that boy's slinging the rock. But no, 7 different receivers with 300 plus yards. That's volume. When you're talking about guys and each receiver is 20 plus catches, that means they got a great balance. So you look at that, but then you also look at the rushing side. They don't just air the ball out. They have an explosive run game. 5.9 per yards for their primary running back, Rashard Smith, who can also hurt you out the backfield. That's why I was telling y'all last week, they got a lot of team speed that they utilize. They guys don't get tired. And yeah, it's going to be cold up in Penn State and all that, but you saw 2 teams that are used to playing in the cold. You seen the performance. The weather going to affect both teams, y'all. It's going to affect both teams. It's going to affect the conditions. When it comes to it, if it's affecting both teams, if you was a better team when it was hot, you're going to be a better team when it's cold. Simple as that. Nobody comes into football season playing in the snow. So there's this misconception that you're used to playing in the snow when you're really not. Because 2 weeks ago, you was just playing in humidity. You know what I'm saying? You was playing in 65, 70-degree weather, sweating balls. And so now you're just getting back to the weather that you think you're used to. You're not gonna. It doesn't give you that much of an advantage. So that's gonna nullify a lot of the. It affects the whole game, not just one side. So don't be tricked. So everybody talking about something. Oh, you gotta host this and host that. Yeah, it's cold, but it's not your team. The guest team ain't the only one that's cold. Everybody out there cold. Do you think Caleb Downs? Where Caleb Downs from, y'all? Georgia, right? You think Caleb Downs is used to playing in the snow in Ohio? Do you think he used to playing in that cold weather? Come on, man. Let's stop. This is what those panelists and those analysts try to tell you. They try to make this. Oh, it's cold up there. I've been telling y'all that junk don't matter. Let's start using some common sense, man. Joshua Rivera said he trusts Penn State run game a little more. I think you're underestimating SMU's defense too. Talk about their defensive stats. Let's look at it. This is an active defense. Anytime you see a defense with guys with like average snaps is like 47 snaps a game, and they end up with total season tackles 40 snaps a game, they end up with like 95 total tackles, anywhere 45, 50 solos. You know what I'm saying? Like that's quality defense. And I look at the quality of competition that SMU has played compared to the quality of competition that Penn State has played. There's not much separation. The strength of schedule only for Penn State, because look who they lost to. Look who they lost to. That's the only, like, that was their only opportunity to solidify who they were as a team in college and as one of the 12 best teams, and they dropped the ball. So I like SMU's chances right now. SMU came into the ACC. They went against formidable opponents in Clemson and played Clemson to the wire. You go look at who did they beat earlier in the season? I mean, they lost to BYU earlier in the season, a team that their defense was humming before all the injuries at the beginning of the season. So I like what this team has done. I like SMU to take it. We're in the chat right now. Let's see if we can get let's see what kind of results we got in the chat. We got 100% going with Penn State. How many votes we got on? We got 12 votes. Come on, get some more votes on there. Got 13 likes on the stream. Y'all really think Penn State go? Now I want my flowers when SMU come back in this mug. Liza, I don't feel comfortable answering that question. Why you? I'm doing good today. Hi. Carter going to go off on Jennings? I don't think so, man. Hey, y'all better pick wisely. I'm about to end this poll. I'm gonna remember this. I think SMU got this, y'all. I like Penn State ability for ball control, but I just don't think they can contain SMU's offense to slow them down enough. And if Penn State gets in the shootout, I like SMU all day. Yeah, you already know. All right, so 100% saying Penn State going to win today. Ain't got to talk about it no more. Let's move on. Man, these are so good. Listen, if y'all have never had the Starburst mini sours, these are cherry, blue raspberry, watermelon, and strawberry. Very addicting. Do I not have any mods in here? Let me see. It's somebody kid. That's what it is. I figured. Good morning, Liza. Good to see you in the chat. Do you watch football, Liza? I'm old. I'm an old man, Liza. I'm an old man. She keep asking, how old am I? How old are you? I'm an old man. I just don't have a lot of grays on my face, but I'm an old man. If Penn State lose this game, they shouldn't be allowed back in the playoffs. Why is that, Tay? Why? No, she's not trolling. It's a kid. It's a kid. It's a little kid. Mary. It's a little kid. Tay, if Penn State lose this game, why shouldn't they be allowed back in the playoffs? I want to hear it. I want to hear it. I want to see what your logic is today. Because if you think SMU is the worst team in the worst selection in this playoff, then you're mistaken. Or if you think SMU doesn't have a chance, you're mistaken. You're very much mistaken. Okay, Liza. Night night. Night night. All right, next game. Next game. I'm sorry, y'all. I done got caught up eating these doggone Starburst again. I'm actually excited about this one. Texas and Clemson. BT, what's up, man? Texas and Clemson, man. I'm gonna put it in the chat. All right, run it up. All right, I'm gonna break it down and I'm gonna make my pick. All right, Clemson, Texas. As I continue to watch these teams, and yes, I have not been a fan of Clemson all year, but I went back and I watched the Clemson SMU game, and I feel like Cade Klubnik, I think he got better, like each drive in that game. Like he just kept getting better. And coming into that game, he started trending up as far as his complete quarterback play. And silently, he's been one of the more efficient passers in college football, like the last 6 weeks of the season. Even going into that South Carolina game when they lost to South Carolina, which South Carolina has just they've been really dominant on defense all season. So I look at Clemson, how they kind of start to put things together. They still don't have a true wide receiver one. They still don't have somebody that could really test the secondary of Texas, which is their weakest point, which is their weakest part of their team, if you ask me, the secondary. Now, with that being said, I'm not saying that Texas secondary is sorry. That's just their weakest point. If you're going to beat Texas's defense, if you're going to take advantage of them, you probably want to try to create some mismatches in the secondary and make that a point of emphasis, like quick game, getting out on the perimeter. They don't tackle well in space in the on the perimeter. So you probably want to implement that early if you're Clemson. But to that same sentiment, you got to also look and be aware of the fact that Texas's secondary, they're a ball aggressive secondary. So Cade Klubnik and his indecisiveness, those flashes of those inconsistencies that he would show early in the season, he can't afford it in a game like this in Austin. Texas is going to be rocking. I believe Texas is going to lean on their defense more than they're going to lean on anything else. Oh, Dougie Fresh, what's up, man? Appreciate the 199 super chat. And what's crazy is, because you did that, we just got the notification. How long have we been live? I think I get it now. I'm not going to do one today. It's Saturday. I don't want to do one today. We don't need to do no goals today. We've already hit a goal, and I don't want to speak on it yet because I think we might hit a bigger goal before the end of the year if you all keep doing what you're doing. Yes, man. Jason, why you come in talking about recruiting and we talking about college football playoffs? But yeah, so we was talking about I forgot who we was talking about. Oh, Texas and Clemson. So talk about Clemson's offense. All right, let's talk about Clemson's offense versus Texas defense. Now let's talk about Texas offense versus Clemson defense. We all know what Texas offense is supposed to look like, right? You got all the explosive wide receivers. You got all the speed on the perimeter. You got the running back. You got the running back duo, Blue and I forget the other young man's name, but they complement each other. You haven't been sold on your veteran quarterback who at times looks like an NFL caliber quarterback, but in big moments has not shown up yet against quality teams. Now, today we're going to find out if Clemson is really a quality team. I think they're good at times. I don't think they're a quality team. Not yet. Not yet. I think Dabo has proven that, the portal, the pay in the portal is not the only way to stay relevant and give yourself a chance. But we're going to see because we know one thing about Texas. They may not have went crazy in the portal, but they've been recruiting like good, really good for the past 3 or 4 years. And they've been able to capitalize in the portal on onesies and twosies here and there. So we're going to see. We're going to see what Texas does against what I believe to be a good team. Now, Clemson has an opportunity to prove quality because their secondary, while disciplined, is not the most elite secondary. Today, we get to see what they do with offense that has a lot more team speed than what they've seen throughout the season. Um, Even at the beginning of the season, you've seen Georgia, even though they're not elite as far as their team speed, but Georgia kind of stressed that secondary to another level. And then also Texas, if Sarkisian stays consistent today from what we've been seeing, Texas can be more balanced. And help their offensive line out when running the ball. They're effective in the run game. But the highlight of the day, and this is something to look out for. If y'all want to see some drama today, the Texas Clemson game is the one to watch because if Quinn Ewers comes out, and these are like I have two connects, two insiders at Texas. If Quinn Ewers comes out struggling today, and there's like a tight margin going into the half, be looking for Archie Manning to get probably 1 or 2 drives to create a spark. And if he does, if he has an immediate impact, Archie Manning might carry Texas to the national championship. I think he's that much of a difference maker for Texas. And I think he might be ready to prepare week in and week out for the next opponent up on the schedule. Because you look at Texas's bracket, you get out of this, who do you have next? Texas and Oregon, right? It'll be Texas and Oregon. Are they in that same bracket? Let me look at the bracket. In my bracket. No, it will be Texas versus ASU. So yeah, man. Texas with Arch Manning would I think they would demolish ASU. And then they will possibly have Oregon or Tennessee because I think Tennessee is going to beat Ohio State today. And we're going to jump into that conversation. But Texas against Oregon, that would be a great matchup. What's up, Kimberly? Hey, there was nothing physical about Notre Dame last night, bro. Indiana is garbage. Jason, don't do that. Don't do that. Notre Dame's about to get thrashed by Georgia. Notre Dame is about to get thrashed. This is an embarrassment to college football. Jason, how do you not come in and say good morning first before you start spitting out that BS? Indiana, they deserve less of an opportunity in the playoffs than a doggone Boise State. That crap, that was ridiculous, bro. And Notre Dame struggled. Like they really didn't dominate them. Indiana's just garbage, bro. Just watch. Georgia's about to thrash them boys. Neutral field, oh my God. Tell coach I love him, but it's done for them. It was a good ride. No, they can't. I'm sorry, they can't. They will not. They will not. I see, man, it's gonna be ugly. They will not. We will talk about it. The game is next Friday. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it that night. I'm gonna break it down. I was watching it yesterday. I was like, oh my God. The committee got this one way wrong. We talking about the same Georgia that was struggling with Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech that week would have whooped Notre Dame. And then Georgia was beat up too. Georgia's healthy, man. Y'all can get over this brand association. I'm looking at the film and what happened on the screen. That Notre Dame defense is not going to be able to go toe-to-toe with the offensive line of Georgia, especially a healthy. They got everybody back. Everybody's back for Georgia on the O-line. Frazier's healthy. Nate Frazier, the running back. Man, don't let Gunnar Stockton get in the groove either. You see, he's the better of the quarterbacks in that room, if you ask me. He's the better of the quarterbacks in the room. He gives you more of an opportunity to win than Carson Beck with that noodle arm. We're gonna see, man. I'm telling y'all, that ain't the game we're talking about though. Texas Clemson. I got Texas pulling this one out though. In Austin, they're gonna hold it down. Home field is really gonna help them. The momentum is there. But I'm telling you, if Dabo and this defense keeps it close in the first half, Archie Manning is coming out, and I don't think they're going to be able to make enough adjustments to handle what Archie Manning is going to do. He's confident right now. He's understanding what he's being asked to do in that offense. I think he's already got those jitters out. The moment won't be too big for Arch. Moment won't be too big for Arch if he gets his opportunity. Now, Quinn Ewers could come out and just ball out because, like I said, you beat Clemson's defense by stressing their secondary. And the way you do that, you get it out in the perimeter quick, and you make those guys come up and make tackles. Now, traditionally, we would think Clemson tackles well. This is probably one of their worst tackling years under Coach Dabo. So we're going to see how these couple weeks off have done them, right? What it's done for them as far as preparation. You saw the rust early. And the weather effect, that game up north, it could be the same in this game. You know, it's chilly in Texas. You know what I'm saying? But you know, it ain't as bad as it is up there. That was crazy, man. Seeing the like the players hit the ground, like bro, that was cold. Y'all seen the dude in the stands with his shirt off? I thought it was Jason. Bro, I think you need to go back and watch the interior line. Are you talking about Indiana's? I don't want to talk about Indiana no more. I don't even want to talk about what Indiana should have never been in the conversation, bro. No, from now on, if you don't have a top 10, I think you need to be a top 12 team to be in the 12-team playoff. Bump that. If you don't play a team in the season that be at least in the top 12, they don't be ranked in the top 12 at least once throughout the season. That was ridiculous, man. Indiana, I can't stay on it. I'm not going to get dragged into that. I can't. Indiana looked horrible. For that coach to be barking like he was barking, man. Anyways, so I got Texas over Clemson. What y'all got in the chat? Let me see. Let me check the poll. Poll got Texas over Clemson. I like it. 85% Texas, 14% Clemson. All right, let's go. Next one. Last game of the night for the triple header. We got, what time is it? Yes, because we're going to end this show. We're going to end this live. Tennessee, Ohio State. All right. I'm going to just say it straight up like this. This is the best game of the day, and I'm glad that it's the late one because I'm actually probably going to be somewhere where I can watch it and enjoy it. But I as much as I hate Ohio State, I think this is probably going to be the best matchup of the day. One, because you have a contrast of differences. I mean, you have a contrast of similarities. I know we usually say a contrast of differences, but I think we have a contrast of similarities. Each team is operating in a identity that they're not typically used to, and they're being efficient in it. And what they're typically used to, they're struggling to roll into that. So it's as if reverse psychology has happened for both of these teams. Josh Heupel is a coordinator, offensive minded coordinator, wants to spread you out, get the ball out to the perimeter, get guys going. That's traditionally what he'll do. Get hit the seams. He loves to test the seams, get vertical concepts, the run and shoot style, the veer and shoot. I guess you could call it veer, run and shoot, something, you know. But it's just he spreads you out. And usually he impacts you by how quick the pass game can affect you. Well, this season, because of the quarterback in the situation on the offensive line early on, they had to lean on the run game. And Dylan Sampson has benefited from teams having to spread out to account for the wide receivers, right? And this is something that Coach Saban talked about even before today on College Game Day. He talked about it last year, going for the prep Tennessee game last year, and he was saying how important it was for our safeties to be able to come up and be solid and sound, run support when the ball is handed off and not commit too early, because those switch releases and all those. So we're going to see a good matchup, because you look at Ohio State secondary and they're very talented. They've had such moments, but they still are talented. And we have time to prepare. We're going to see what those guys in their preparation looks like when it comes to Ohio State's secondary versus the offense of Tennessee. And I say the secondary versus the offense because the safeties are going to be put in a lot of conflict, a lot of space to account for. Ohio State, they stay in this too high. They trust their guys to be athletic and recover speed, all of that, all these things, read and react. They do it. And they have some talented guys in the safety room. But I also look at this. I look at Ohio State's offense. Will Rogers is a problem for me. Will Rogers is a problem for me because even in this season, I go look at the first defense that Ohio State had to play, and it was a comparable defense, and it was Oregon. And we saw how that game turned out, right? But then to go against Michigan, whose interior defensive line is probably still one of the top 5, top 6 in college football right now. What's up, Bishop? How you feeling? I think Michigan. I think Michigan can really. I mean, not Michigan, but I think Tennessee and their front, even though they're missing what's the young man's name, the linebacker. I think their front 6, front 7, those fronts. I think they're going to mess Will Rogers up. They might mess Will Rogers up bad today. I know they're at home. It's going to be cold, all of this stuff. But like I said earlier, the weather affects both teams, y'all. It's not like Ohio State's been playing in the snow all season. They haven't been playing in the snow it's been maybe 3 weeks. It's been cold down here in the South too. We're not used to playing in 48, 52. That's cold for some of our boys. So it's cold at this point in the season. And I like the trenches for Tennessee on both sides to have the small edge over Ohio State. And Josh Heupel is a big momentum play caller. A big momentum play caller. He always puts his team in the best positions offensively to capitalize on momentum. And I really think Tennessee has this one. I really think Tennessee is going to pull this one out. Yeah, Will Howard. That's what I said. Will Howard, right? What I say? I said Rogers. I meant to say Howard. I get Will Howard and Will Rogers when I talk about them. But, man, y'all, I'm going to tell y'all one more time. But good job, son. Addicting. Hey, Jason, at 8 o'clock tonight, at kickoff, we're going to start our stopwatches. And we're going to start them at kickoff. And we're going to see how long it take them from kickoff to fire. And we're going to update y'all. It might take 3 or 4 days. We might have to check in, a week from now. But at kickoff, I'm starting the clock. I'm starting the clock, bro. I'm starting the clock. I'm starting the clock, man. But yeah, I got Tennessee pulling it off. Let me look at the chat, man. Let me look at the chat. We got 16 votes. Let's get 4 more votes. And then we're going to get off of here so y'all can enjoy the college football of the day. But while we waiting for y'all final votes, man, I just want to thank everybody for pulling up again. We were trying to do vertical stream setup with the new thing on StreamYard, but we're not at home. I'm at my sister's house back in Phoenix, Columbus. I'm in Columbus right now. But I got to go down to the church. We having a conference this week at my family's church. And yeah, I did go get a haircut, y'all, while y'all talking trash. All y'all was talking trash. I got cleaned up. Yeah, I just had the headband on because I was outside this morning and it's cold. So got cleaned up. Got to go do some things with the family today. Y'all saw me hanging out with my niece yesterday, and she's growing up so fast, y'all. She's 9 years old, and y'all seen how tall. She's literally at my shoulder. She's only 9. And y'all got to think, I'm 6'3". She's like a little bit under my shoulder. She's like a little bit under my shoulder. She's 9 years old. So yeah. So y'all be blessed today, man. Let me end this poll right here. We got enough votes now. Appreciate y'all again. Appreciate y'all again for pulling up. 87% with Tennessee, 12% with OSU. So today's picks, we got who we got pulling it off? I got SMU. Coach Smook has SMU over Penn State. Coach Smook has Texas over Clemson, and Coach Smook has Tennessee over Ohio State. Those are my picks for today. I appreciate y'all for being in here today and hanging out with your boy. Until I see y'all again, y'all be blessed and take care of yourselves. And when you see me in the streets, holler at me and say, put me